What up, dog? Welcome to Peep Game with your boy Duke the King. True stories. Yo, check it out. I'm gonna tell y'all about my second high-speed chase I got into. Never forget it, man. It was some wild shit, man. Can't remember what year. No, I can't remember. It was in 2001. Matter of fact, yeah, it was summer 2001. Yeah, summer 2001. I had got a call from a guy, man. This guy named Reese. At this point in my life of selling drugs, I was kind of a big fish. At this point, I'm copping like 2 bricks and getting fronted 2 bricks by a plug that we had out of Chicago. Honestly, I think it was those twins, those Mexican cartel twins. I'm not for certain, but I remember those names coming up a couple of times when we was dealing with those guys. That was where the main pipeline was coming from. But anyway, I'm selling weight. I'm selling eighths, half of bricks, ounces. Half ounces, none less than a half ounce. You can't waste my time with that. But I get a call from this guy that I met through another friend of mine. Actually, a very close friend of mine. So I met him, and he's buying work from me. He's dope. To those who don't know what work means dope. Well, he's buying work from me. He's getting like a 9 ounces, sometimes 4.5, which is an eighth. So at this particular time, he called me and said he wanted an eighth, 4.5 ounces. So I said, okay, cool, all right, cool, I can do that. I told him, I'll call you when I'm ready. Because at that time, I was getting another call from my homeboy. We're going to call him Cuddy Cuz. Cuddy Cuz called me and told me he just had somebody come in town that had a few of them things, a few bricks they was trying to get off. And he was like, asked me, did I want to grab some? And at the time, I still had maybe 2 or 3 bricks. But I said, I grabbed one, just to, since he had them, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll get one of them. So he's like, all right. So the other nigga who wanted the 4.5, his name was Reese. This nigga really wasn't no street nigga. It was a corny type ass nigga. And he had just got popped. His crib had got raided. He claimed that there wasn't nothing in there. They didn't find nothing. But that was a red flag right there. Then another red flag was he wasn't really a street nigga. He was a corny ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ignored those red flags. But anyway, I guess this nigga is trying to set me up, right? Matter of fact, he was trying to set me up. So I guess he must have told him, well, I know I can get A from. So he called me for the A. So I told him I call him when I'm ready, because I'm going to go get this brick. So I go holler at my man's Cuddy Cuz. He like, I said, let me shake up something, make sure it's good before I buy the brick, right? So I shake up an ounce. Bitch come back all 28. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I want this shit, right? So I got the brick, and I took it out the wrapper. Usually bricks come wrapped up in rubber and tape. So I took it out the wrapper. I put it all in one big Ziploc bag, and I remember Cuddy Cuz had a couple more wrappers that he had unwrapped. Bricks and like, yo, you throw this shit away for me, you get a chance. So I'm like, yeah, I throw it away. So I get all that shit and I put it in the bag. So I take it with me. So then now the guy Reese is calling me because he still wants this 4.5 ounces. He calling me, like, what's up, man? I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go do that now. I said, meet me at what's the name of that place? I told him to meet me on the corner of Pasadena and Martin Luther King. It was a little chicken spot right there on the corner. So I said, meet me there. And Max Beef, his name was called Max Beef. That's the name. I told him, meet me at Max Beef. Now, mind you, I still got this brick in the car. I got his 4.5 ounces too, because brought that with me because I knew I was gonna drop it off. So I'm debating whether I want to go ahead and drop this eighth off to him while I got the break. But you know, just common sense came to me like, nah, because the nigga was kind of rushing me a little bit. I said, nah, this nigga gonna have to wait until I drop this break off. So I went, dropped the break off in Shiloh Apartments, which is when they first opened Shiloh Apartments. It's one of the first people to move there. Now we had just got the key to this apartment that day, so I had the key there. Nothing in the apartment, no furniture, nothing. So I take the brick there and I hide it in the laundry room up under the furnace because there wasn't nowhere else to hide it. So you know, before it won't be in plain view, so I hid it up under there. So then, now I'm headed back to Max Beef, which is only like a block away. So I'm headed back to Max Beef to meet this nigga Reese, man. This rat ass nigga Reese up there, right? So on my way up there, I see the Michigan State troopers sitting on the side. Like, oh shit, you know, and I got 4.5 ounces of cocaine in the car with me. So, and I know how Michigan State police, they'll pull you over for nothing. So he like sitting on the corner as I'm coming down Pasadena going towards Max Beef. Max Beef is like to my left. So as soon as I pass the state trooper, he instantly get behind me. I'm like, oh shit. I'm getting a little nervous. So I know I got this dope in the car and my license is suspended. So it's not gonna be no routine stop where he just give me a ticket or anything. But anybody know how the state police work, they pull you over for absolutely nothing. They don't never have a reason for pulling you over. They just, every stop is an investigatory stop. So, but in this case, I was being set up. So they already was waiting on me to come up here. Cause I guess he done told me, yo, you gonna meet me at Max Beef. So I get to Max Beef. So the police get behind me, state police. So I'm thinking about going straight because I'm thinking like if I turn in here and you know, you the state boys, if you turn too quick, they might think you're trying to avoid them. So, but I go ahead and turn in there because this is where I'm going. I turn in there. This motherfucker turn right in behind me, hit his motherfucking lights, right? I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down. So I'm already thinking like, ain't no motherfucking way I'm finna just let them get me out of this car and find this shit. These motherfuckers gonna have to work for this. I'm finna make these motherfuckers do their job. So I see him coming up to the car. He come up to the window, one on both sides, two of them. He taps on my window. Roll the window down. I looked at that nigga and I'm like, man, fuck you. And just, I never took the car out of drive. I just, boom, mashed out in my truck. Mashed out on his ass. He running on the side of the truck because I'm in the parking lot. I don't know what the fuck he thought he was gonna do by running on the side of my motherfucking truck. So, goddamn, this crazy motherfucker. So I take off. I'm flying down Martin Luther King, going toward McClellan, going south from Martin Luther King. I look at my rear view. Boom, these motherfuckers, they come in their car. They coming behind me, right? So I run the red light on McClellan and then and Martin Luther King. Then I bust a left on Dartmouth. Yeah, I bust a left on Dartmouth. So I'm going down Dartmouth. And while I'm coming down Dartmouth, I look in my rear view mirror. I see it's this regular car, like an unmarked car, like a, you know, like a undercover car. He's in a regular car though. So he behind me. He like chasing me too. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So as I get down on the corner on the block a little bit, I see another unmarked car, which is a regular car. I can't remember what it was, but he tries to block the road. So I literally had to drive on the curb and go in somebody's yard to get around this motherfucker. So now I'm like, oh shit, this device, this nigga was setting me up. So I'm thinking undercovers is sitting back watching, waiting for him to pull me over so they can come and, you know, and catch me with the shit. So I guess old boy, he probably didn't want to go along with the actual transaction, baby. Like, boom, I can tell you where he gonna come, where he gonna be at. Y'all can get him like that. I guess they was trying to protect him from being like letting me know he's a snitch. But nigga, it's obvious that you was a rat, right? So they trying to block me. I'm running all and people grass getting around motherfuckers, kids and shit. And I'm avoiding little kids, trying not to hit nobody and shit. And so then I take off and I make a right on to Alexander. So I'm going down Alexander, at least about 9. This is a side street, like a residential area. I'm going about 90 down the street, and there's a stop sign coming up to this main street, which is Hamilton, and there's cars going back and forth. I can see the cars going back and forth, but this motherfucking state trooper's right behind me. I'm thinking, only way I'm gonna get rid of this motherfucker if I go through this light and don't even hit, just go. So I had to make a decision. I was like, fuck it, I'm going for it. So I just mashed the motherfucking, I never forget, I just punched that motherfucking foot on that motherfucking pedal, and I think I might have caught flight when I went through that intersection. Like, my shit might have came off the ground a little bit. Boom! But as soon as I got there, it was cars coming. I just barely made it through them, right? So the state trooper, he get caught. He can't come through like I can because his car is coming. So now I got some distance on his ass, at least about 2 or 3 blocks. I see his ass back there, still trying to catch me. Now later on, I find out when I did that, they called the chase off because they said I was endangering lives. So they called the chase off. But this particular state trooper, this motherfucker didn't give up. This motherfucker wanted my ass. I guess he felt like, first of all, I pulled off on his ass at Max Beef, and then I just shot through the motherfucking intersection and left his ass. This motherfucker had a vendetta. This motherfucker wanted my ass. He like, fuck that, I'm not calling chase. But he kept chasing my motherfucking ass. But I had a distance on him. So now I'm thinking, I gotta get out this motherfucking truck. So I'm coming down to some other street. I think it might have been Page or some street, and I'm coming downhill, kind of like going toward Avenue A, and it's a turn. The street stops, and you have to either make a right or a left. So I'm sliding. I went up in this field, and there's a boat. Somebody had a boat in this field, so I didn't hit they fucking boat, towed the fucking boat up, right? And I grab the dope and shit, jump out, take off, right? Now I'm thinking, like, I got these, and when I get out, I see the state trooper kind of still coming. He see me jump out, so he trying to whip around the corner. It's just him at this point. It's just him because all the other ones been called the chase off. So, but it's this motherfucker that won't give up on the chase. So I'm running like a motherfucker, and I got the dope in my hand. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get rid of it. If these motherfuckers do catch me, I don't want them to catch me with this shit, right? So I'm trying to find somewhere I can stash this shit and then come back and get the shit later. But I still see this trooper. He like driving slow, peeping between houses, shit, trying to see if he see me. So I get by a house and I toss it on top of the roof, thinking this gonna get on the roof and stay. Man, this motherfucker, I was in a plastic bag. As soon as it hit that roof, that motherfucker just burst wide open. You can just see the cocaine just drizzling down the motherfucking roof. I'm like, God damn it, that go about 3,500. And I just threw it fuck away, right? So, but fuck it, I'm trying to get free. So now I'm running, hiding. I'm hiding behind in between houses. I still see this car. He in the car. I guess he must have let his buddy out or whatever. So he's steady creeping, trying to see where he see me at. So I'm ducking. As soon as I see him ride by, I take off across the street, and because I see a house with a car with the roof, like the hood of the car up, like somebody's working on cars, like might be a mechanic that stay here or something. So when I see that, right, I lean inside of the under the hood of the car like I'm working on the car. I'm trying to fit in. I take my shirt off. I grab the oil from the engine. I'm wiping it on my hands. I'm wiping it on my face. I'm trying to make it seem like I'm just a dirty ass mechanic, right? So while I'm back there, I'm thinking about jumping the fence and running to the next, trying to run that way. But it's big ass motherfucking dogs on this fence. And on the side, it's dogs on both yards. Rockwellers too, some big ass rocks. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not jumping that fence with them rocks. So while I'm back there, this young guy, you know, he had to been, I don't know, maybe 15, 16, 17 years old. I see him coming out the back door of the house. He see me and get scared, and I run over to him and I grab him. I said, man, look, I'll give you $200, man, if you let me come in your house, man. He was like, he said, but this ain't my house. I said, whose house is it? He said, it's my grandma's house. I said, well, tell her I give her $200. She let me. He said, no, she ain't gonna do it. She'll call the police on you. I said, man, where you stay at? He said, I stay around the corner. He said, well, you can come to my house. I said, man, how the fuck I'm gonna come to your house, man? All these police out here look for it. So I was like, man, go out there and see how many police out there. So he walk out from behind the house, because we in the back of the house. He come back like, man, it's a lot of police out there. I said, look, I got an idea. I called my homeboy Cuddy Cuz, who I just, you know, this is my man. This is my dog. I'm telling him what happened. He like, look, where you at? He like, look, give your phone to the young cat, and I'm gonna call and have him. I'm gonna call him, tell him to walk around the corner, and I'm gonna pick him up. And I'm gonna come back around there. I'm like, cool. So I give the cat my phone. Homie calling, boom. Minutes later, they pull up in the driveway. I'm still in the backyard, right? For some reason, they didn't come. They looking for me, but they never come to this backyard. I'm like, I'm praying. I'm like, oh Allah, please don't let them come in this backyard. So they never came back. I could hear them running, you know, walking through other yards, but they never come to this particular backyard. So they pull up in the driveway. So he's parked at the end of the driveway, basically, where you can see his car. He get out, my homie, he got on a red hat, he got on dark shades, and a red shirt. And he come up, he like, man, nigga, it's police everywhere. I'm like, word? He's like, nigga, we gonna have to come up with something to get you out of here. Now, this is my nigga Cuddy Cuz, man. I owe this nigga my life, because this nigga basically helped me get away. He said, look, it's only one way you're gonna be able to get up out of here. You're gonna have to get in my car and drive off. And I was like, what about you? He said, man, don't worry about me. I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna get where I need to go. You just need to get in my car and drive off. He took off his hat, took off his shirt, and took his shades off and gave. He said, because they seen him when he got out the car. This is what he had on. So he like, so you gonna have to get back in the car like you me and pull off. Now the car, like I say, is at the end of the driveway where it can be seen from the traffic that's going on. So I'm like, all right, man, fuck it. It's do or die. This gotta work. So I put on the shit. I walk to the car, and as soon as I get toward the front of the house, I can see everything. I can see it's just cop cars everywhere on both sides of the street. And I'm like, and I kind of jumped a little bit. It scared me, but I had to collect myself. Like, even my homeboy Shark's like, man, I seen when you jumped a little. He said, but man, I seen you pull it together too. So I like just shook it off, went to the car, got in the car. So now I got the bag out the driveway. Now I'm telling you, there's cars on both sides of the street, so it's a narrow little way to get through this because they got cars everywhere. Like I said, you would thought I would kill the president. How they looking for me, right? So now I got to ride in between these cars now, and then there's some of them are inside their cars, so they looking at me while I'm driving through. So for me to not seem suspicious or like I'm scared, I would look them. I got my shades on. I'm looking them right in their face. I'm looking at them like you know, like, damn, what's going on? Like I'm trying to be nosy, right? Nigga, I'm getting my acting on, right? The shit worked. They just kind of looked at me. And they see that it looked like you know, if you did some shit, you're not gonna be looking like that, or looking in their face like that. So I guess they figured, hey, that's not him. Plus, I'm driving, and they know I was in the truck. I jumped out running. So I'm in his car, boom. I get away from the scene. Long story short, go straight to my mom's house. So I had some shit stashed at her crib. Grab that, tell my mom, look, because my truck was in her name, look, call and report the truck stolen. She like, why? I said, don't ask me no question. Just do what I say, please. Leave. I must have left her house at least about 5 minutes after I leave her house. the police is at my mom's house right after I left, right? And she was about to get in the shower when I got, so she went ahead and she called the police, reported the car stolen, and then, no, matter of fact, I told her to report the car stolen before I even got there. So she was getting in the shower. I said, did you call? She said, yeah, I called and reported it stolen. I said, okay, cool. So I leave. They then came to my mom's house because that's where the truck was registered to her address. They then came to my mom, said she in the shower. They didn't even knock. They didn't have no warrant. They come straight in the motherfucking house, right? And she said she getting out the shower. She just got a towel on. She had a, you know, they had to stop because she was half dressed. And they scared the shit out of her. She like, who the fuck is this in my house? You know what I'm saying? So they like, we're police. We're looking for Mr. Stewart. I'm like, oh shit. She like, what? He ain't here. He ain't here. They're like, did you report your truck stolen? She like, yeah. She said, we know you lied about the truck. Your truck wasn't stolen. Your son was driving the truck. He almost hit a couple kids. He's driving real reckless. We had to call the chase off because he was gonna end up killing somebody. So they scaring my mom, telling them they gonna file charges against her for lying about the truck. So my mom then broke down like, no, the truck is not stolen. Was your son driving the truck? Yes, he was driving. So my mom then broke down and told on me, right? But I don't blame my mom, because you know my mom, she's just square. My mom ain't never been in jail, never been in trouble in her life, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't expect her to, you know, to hold up, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I get away, man. I ain't know how to, so I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have a warrant out for me or something, but I get a lawyer. He checking into everything. When he checking into it, he called me back to his office like, yeah, man, as of right now, they can't file charges for you because it's nobody to file charges against. They don't know who was in that truck. You know what I'm saying? They you know, it's only speculation. And they can't charge you with nothing because they didn't catch you. And then so he's like, he said, so well, we just gotta, because they impounded my truck. They got people gotta get your truck back. So he was trying to get my truck back. They was acting like they didn't want to get my truck back. And so he sent them a letter saying we was gonna sue them if they didn't release my truck. And shit, they released my shit with the quickness. They got my truck back. And I went to my homeboy who introduced me to the rat nigga Reese. I'm like, man, that nigga tried to set me up. He was like, oh no, man, he wouldn't do that, man. I said, nigga, he probably wouldn't do that shit to you, but he do that shit. I said, nigga, I know for a fact this nigga set me up, right? Because after that, the nigga just stopped. I was trying to call a nigga. I'm trying to check. I'm trying to run up on this nigga, right? Nigga scared. Nigga went answer his phone no more. Nigga changed his number. And I'm like, what's up with your boy? And he's like, man, I'm telling you, I don't think he did that. I'm like, fuck that. That nigga did that shit. So, and then I didn't see the nigga for no more. I don't know if the nigga moved out of town or whatever, but one day I bumped into the nigga. The nigga was working at a restaurant at Angelo's. I went to Angelo's on the east side. So I'm going through the drive-thru. This nigga then took my order. I pulled up to the window. This the nigga that took my order. I'm like, this rat ass nigga is working at the Coney Island spot now. This motherfucker. Fucking hit me. I jumped out and whooped his ass if he would have hit my car. But anyway, so I'm looking at this nigga. All kind of thoughts is going through my mind. Like, man, I should fuck this nigga up here, right? But you know, I left this shit alone. Cause this nigga's a federal agent. So, you know, I would have got all day and then some if I would have did something to that nigga. So, this was, you know, it was a wild situation, man. And the crazy thing about the one little cat, you know what I'm saying, who helped us out, I ended up bumping into him one day. I didn't know who he was. I couldn't remember him, you know, and shit, you know. He's like, man, said what's up to him. I'm like, what up? He's like, man, you don't remember me? I'm like, no. He's like, man, I'm the one that helped you get away, man. You pulled up in my grandma's house. I'm like, oh shit, that was you? He was like, yeah. He's like, man, because when I was at that car in his backyard, I had stashed some shit inside his car and all kind of shit, right? And my homie had gave him $1,000 for even doing, gave him a rack for just helping us. And I told him, I said, man, if you go look back in that car, I hid an ounce of hard crack in there, raw, because that's what I tested before I bought it, and I hid it inside the compartments of the engine. So he said he went back, found it. He said, man, ever since y'all gave me that money and I got that ounce from y'all, he said, man, I've been the man in the hood. He said, man, I wasn't even selling dope. I started selling dope. He said, nigga, now I'm on. I'm the man. I'm selling niggas weight around that motherfucker. He's like, all because of y'all. I'm like, word? So I'm like, damn, that's what's up, my nigga. Like, nigga, hey, hit my number. Hey, nigga, hit me up. You know? Yeah, man, the nigga got cool with this shit. Like, yeah, I owe that nigga a lot too, man, because he helped me get away, man. But anyway, man, that was my story, man. Nigga tried to set me up. And I got away on some heroic ass shit, man. That's some storybook shit right there, man. And I just want to say, man, you know, it don't happen like that every day. I could probably still be in prison right now behind that shit. But luckily, I got away. So that's 2
subscribe, like, and share.
The next 2, I wasn't so lucky. So stay tuned, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all more about that. Just remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. You know what I'm saying? Peep game. True story.
Subscribe, like, and share. And remember to always peep game.